Yeah, Shalom, Mark, and a few Aqua that are watching. First and foremost, call halal Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Dash, and of course, double honors are due to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, all right, who through the Holy Spirit continue to teach us and give us His truth. This is Naaman of the DC camp, and today what I want to talk about is a word, or the word, fickle. All right, and that's what, unfortunately, a quality that the nation of Israel has had. All right, this is not, of course, a good thing. This is the definition. Fickle, as an adjective, it says changing frequently, especially as regards one's loyalties. Interest or affection. Now, who can argue this when you think of the nation of Israel, even to this day? Yeah, you can just pick one book, and that's the book of Judges. All right? Well, let's go before that. Once again, this is fickle, changing frequently, especially as regards one's loyalties, interest, or affection. Synonyms: capricious, changeable, variable, volatile, mercurial, vacillating, all right, fitful, irregular, inconstant, disloyal, undependable, unstable, unsteady, unfaithful, faithless, irresolute, flighty, giddy, skittish, erratic, impulsive, unpredictable, random. And the nation of Israel has been all of these things to the Most High, to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right? Think about that. It shouldn't be too hard. The whole history. Now let's go to Exodus. This is the 10 Commandments. All right, this is Exodus 20. All right. And what do we have here? It says, and the Most High Yahawah spake all these words, saying, I am the Most High Yahawah, thy power, all right, not anybody else's, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And verse 3, what do we have? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Wow. 4, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. All right. And this video is not only talking about idolatry, but faith also. As one of the synonyms was talking about, our people have been faithless. Now let's go to one of the more famous accounts. All right. Most High delivered us up out of Egypt, as it said. All right. And what do we have here? All right. The nation of Israel showing its, well, I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole nother thing. It says the people complain. All right. And this is why, see, this time, well, let me go ahead and read. I won't jump ahead of myself. This is Numbers chapter 11, verse 1. It says, and when the people complained, it displeased the Most High Yahawah. Again, that's all caps. Let's go into that just so you, all right, from here on out, as I refer to that, which I've done before, but I didn't do this. All right. The Lord. All right, all caps. What does it say here? Here we go. Yahawah. Strong's H3068. And that is the existing one, the proper name of the one true power. All right, there you go. the self-existent or eternal. It says, of course, we know that's wrong. There's no J. It says Jehovah. All right. Going down here to Jasenius' Hebrew Chaldee Lexicon. All right. Yahawah. There you go. All right. So let's go back. All right. Let's start over. It says, and when the people, this is verse 1, Numbers 11:1, when the people complained, it displeased the Most High Yahawah. And the Most High Yahawah heard it, and his anger was kindled. And the fire of the Most High Yahawah burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Most High Yahawah, the fire was quenched. Verse 3, and he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Most High Yahawah burnt among them. And that's evident to this day. It says, and the mixed multitude that was among them fell a-lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again, and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? And here's the point. Verse 5. See, these niggers, all right, they had that Egyptian mindset, much as our people today with America. All right, it says, Numbers 11:5, we remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes. You ungrateful, 7, and the manna was as coriander seed, and the color thereof as the color of bdellium. And the people went about and gathered it and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Here we go. The complaint of Moses. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Most High Yahawah was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. And Moses said unto the Most High Yahawah, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them, that thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth a sucking child, unto the land which thou swarest unto their fathers? Whence would I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my righteousness. All right. So, to this point here, these whiny, ungrateful Israelites, all right, no, well, let's get another word here. Steadfast. By contrast to what I just read with fickle, as an adjective, it says resolutely or dutifully firm and unwavering. All right. Synonyms: loyal, faithful, committed, devoted, dedicated, dependable, reliable, steady, true, constant, staunch, trusty. All right. I'll come back to, some of those later. But continuing on with this, like I said, these, again, the word fickle. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 23. The heading here says persons excluded from the assembly. Let's go to verse 6. Actually, let's start at 1. It says, to get what it's talking about, it says, he that is wounded in stones or hath his privy members cut off shall not enter into the congregation of the Most High Yahawah. All right. Let's see. That's not exactly what I want. Let's see. Let's go to Let's see. Oops. So I can. There we go. All right. And this is the thing because in all the places our people have sojourned over the ages, each time you were commanded not to commune or what's another word, mingle amongst the heathen to the extent that you start to take on their customs. All right, this is Ezra chapter 9, verse 12. It says, now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong and eat the good of the land and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. All right. See, and in all those cases, I mean, even going back to King Solomon, all right, when he got up in age, what happened? It wasn't the fact that he was dealing with the women of other nations. Where he went off at was that he started building temples to their powers, their gods. All right. Hell, Nehemiah 13th chapter is another example. But let's go to Isaiah. Let's see. And the heading, of course, says rebellion of the Most High's people. All right, let's go on down to 10. It says the Most High has had enough. It says, hear the word of the Most High Yahawah, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear unto the law of our power, ye people of Gomorrah. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Most High Yahawah? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks, or of lambs, or of he-goats. All right? I'll just keep reading. It says, when you come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts? Bring no more vain oblations, incenses, and abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. Because what were these Israelites doing? All right. They were trying to play the Most High. All right. They were, in many cases, they were plotting, knowing that they were going to go off, and they would go and like pre-plan, their sacrifices. All right. So they were doing this. They were sinning with intent, for lack of a better description. All right. Until the Most High just got fed up with it. Said, no, don't bring them more. I'm tired of this. Again, why? What was the root of that? Going back to that word fickle, and not being steadfast, lack of faith. All right. And just downright being niggers. All right. This is, let's see. Let's go to Jeremiah, 3rd chapter. What I say about earlier, said there was all kinds of scriptures in the laws. All right. In fact, let me do that before I read this. Let's go to the law. I should have did that earlier. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7. This is warnings. All right. It's Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. It says, when the Most High Yahawah thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, these are all, by the way, Hamites. All right, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Most High Yahawah thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor shew mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Remember, I read Ezra's 9th chapter and 12th verse. For they will turn away thy son from following me. And that was the whole purpose of this, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High Yahawah be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. See there? All right, that was the express reason. All right, and warning, as it said at the top of this chapter. These are warnings. And what did we do? We always did the complete opposite. All right. And yet, this all goes to what? Also, it proves the Most High's mercy, that still he has his hand out to us. All right. For those that repent and are sincere about it. Okay, let's go to Amos. Chapter 5, let's start at the top. It says, seek me that you may live. All right. Hear ye this word which I take up against you, even a lamentation, O house of Israel. The virgin of Israel is fallen, she shall no more rise, she is forsaken upon her land, there is none to raise her up. All right. For thus saith the Most High Yahawah, the city that went out by 1,000 shall leave 100, and that which went forth by 100 shall leave 10 to the house of Israel. All right. Continuing on. For thus saith the Most High Yahawah unto the house of Israel, seek ye me, and ye shall live. But seek not what? But seek not Bethel, nor enter into Gilgal, and pass not into Beersheba, for Gilgal shall surely go into captivity, and Bethel shall come to naught. All right. And there was consequences for Israel going off. All right. You were constantly being put in captivity after captivity and after captivity. Why? Because of your idolatrous behavior and other things, iniquity, sin upon sin upon sin. All right. And it says, verse 2, the virgin of Israel is fallen, she shall no more rise, she is forsaken upon her land. There is none to raise her up. All right, because at a certain point, the Most High Yahawah treated us as he would an enemy. All right. Our people just don't get it. And also, this is the time where you have the northern kingdom going off so much that they were given into the hands of Ahasuerus in this case, when you go to 2 Kings 17th chapter. And he removed them out of that land, which was the purpose, all right, and he put in the heathen. And this is at the time where you're looking at around 721, circa. I always say circa. Say 721 through 718, so you're looking at anywhere from a 3 to 10, I'll give it like that, 10-year period where this was going on, all right. Got the northern kingdom out of there. This is that time period where they were to come over on this side of the world. All right, so let's see. And let's see. This right here is, if any of you know what a dirge is, let's go ahead and look that up. You think of Chopin's Funeral March. All right. Let's see. It says, as a noun, a lament for the dead, especially one forming part of a funeral rite. All right. That's why I said Chopin's Funeral March. That's when you get to Amos, the first few verses there, Amos 5th chapter. That's what that is about. It says synonyms, elegy, lament, funeral song, chant, burial hymn, Requiem, Dead March, Keen, Coronach, Threnode, Modity. It says a mournful song, piece of music, or poem. All right. And this was done that, you know, you keep doing these things against what I'm telling you, you know, you're going to be desolate. All right. We could go into Ezekiel 16 chapter, but it is, I think it's 63 verses to that chapter. Hosea 2nd chapter, but for time's sake, you know, I'm not going to do that. Let's go to, Ezekiel 16 really goes. Proverbs, let's see, 24. Let's see. Yeah. And this is the point here when we say fickle. All right, you can't make up your mind. Who are you going to serve? The Most High, you're going to serve. You know, you keep going back and forth playing this game. This is Proverbs 24 and 21. It says, my son, fear thou the Most High Yahawah and the King, and meddle not with them that are given to change. Why? Verse 22, for their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? All right, and this is another way I might as well keep on reading, because this is something too, when you get into idolatry, you're talking about, you know, here in America it's big, and because of that, you know, they spread this shit all over the world. You got these celebrities and such, all right? So Jake, especially Jake, is all into following their lives, you know, with technology as it is today. You know, you got all these social media accounts and whatnot, and you put these things, these people, as if they are gods, all right? They are idols. All right, verse 23, it says, these things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. That's why that's there. That's why the scripture is there. All right. He, verse 24, that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, nations shall abhor him. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come upon them. Because these people, so-called celebrities, you know, in this world, all right, not just America, but I mean, chiefly America, but in this world, I mean, they are looked at as demigods, all right, and they get away with a whole lot of stuff that, you know, the ordinary Joe, no, you know, can't, not by a long shot, can't get away with. All right, so that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to, because Israel, boy, this is a word that just fits like a hand in glove, and a tailor-made glove, all right? Fickle, changing frequently, especially as regards one's loyalties. All right, you say these things out of your mouth, all right, but like I said, the Most High knows your heart, all right? So with that, hey, once again, I hope whoever views this is edified. That's what we aim to do here at Great Millstone. And this is all done primarily to wake up the remaining, hopefully elect. All right, so with that, shalom.